As you saw, we are at the main Stelae Park. So as we have seen before, near to the base of Queen Sheba, they were starting to make all the Axumite obelisks and going all the way up to here.
Okay.
So by the time of that, all the Axumite kings, they used to live here. And then the quarry is it's a little bit far from the town. It's on the way to Shire. And then they were been using transportation by the elephants. And then when they arrive here, they start shaved and carved. That's
Granite.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if they are going to start shaved and carved at the quarry, one thing, they will waste their time to go there and back.
Yeah.
Second thing, to brought all the way up to here by the elephants, it might hurt them. That's why they just brought it here without shaved and carved. And then they're just doing all what they need, just right here.
Okay.
And plus, when we compare on the other side, why they didn't decide to move somewhere in different regions? Because this was the only place that can accept everything, even to grow some crops and fruits. This was the only comfortable land by the time of that. That's why they prefer to be here. And by the time of that, all this house that you can see, it was like a tickle. And that tickle is I'm going to show you later on at the National Museum.
Okay.
So as you saw, all the Axumite obelisks starting from the other side all the way up to here. We have a lot of obelisks which is underneath, which is not excavated.
Okay.
So as you see, the one with the string and irons, that's number 3 obelisk, and that's the only obelisk we have. It never been moved anywhere, or it never been filled down. So it has been erected there for about 1,700 years.
1,700 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we compare still the time of 4th century AD, all the way still right now, we are now in 21st century.
Yeah.
So which means it's 17th century.
Yeah.
And then if it's 1 century is 100 years, then this is 1,700 years.
Okay.
So as you saw the obelisk, it's like 21.6 meters high.
1.6 meters high.
Yeah, 21.6.
Oh, 21.6 meters high, yeah.
And that's 157 tons.
Okay.
And it has been erected for a long time, so that's why they used to put all the strings and irons, because it needs to be reconstructed.
So that one is the only one that never fell.
Yes.
And the one next to it?
And the one next was being took by the Italian Mussolini.
Ah, so this was brought back.
Yeah, it's already back home after 68 years.
Okay.
So when they are taking from Axum, still Red Sea by truck, from Red Sea to Rome by port. And then it has been erected in Rome for 68 years. And according to our government, Prime Minister Meles Zenawi, and then he just brought it all the way up to here by the cargo flight.
Okay.
And then it was broken in 3 pieces.
3 pieces, okay.
Yeah, and then it's arriving to Axum on 1997. And then it's erected at the right place. And then that place is foundation by David Philipson. And then they just erected at the right place on 2000 millennium. Still today, 12 years. And that's the biggest and the heaviest one from the other obelisk that it has been erected there for a long time.
Okay.
Because this is like 24 meters and 170 tons. So when we compare with the other one, there is 13 tons different. So when they are erected beside to that, and plus it's in risk, so it might be filled down.
Yeah.
That's why they just do all the strings and irons for safety.
Okay.
And then finally, after everything is coming balanced, they will move it all the strings and irons.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's going to be the same like that. So as you saw all the granite stones, for example, the one has been standing for a long time. There is 9 windows.
In the obelisk.
Yeah. You can see them from the
false
top.
windows.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that mention us is, or that's showing us is, underneath there is 9 rooms.
Okay.
And when we sit on the other side, according to our generation, that by the time of that, what they believe is, after we die, there is life. So according to our generation, now we are living in a ground plus 9, ground plus 10, ground plus 12. So by the time of that, they used to live underneath because everything to be secure and then to be winners, always to go long term, according to their dream.
Okay.
So they used to live underneath. But they know that the next generation is coming here the way he lived. We are living underneath, but they are going to live to the top. Just ground plus 9, ground plus 10. That's the way what we are living now.
Okay.
So they just mentioned it already by the time of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can see underneath there is a false door.
Yeah.
Of course, by the time of that, because they used to live underneath, it's a false door.
Yeah.
But right now, the way what we are living, it's a real door. So
Okay.
that's what we live.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So for them, it's a false door. But for now, right now, it's a real door.
Okay. All right.
And then here we have, this is the biggest obelisk, #1, and the heaviest in the world.
In the world.
Yes.
Is that part of it? What's
right.
Oh, this is something else.
This is for, that was the way they were supposed to put on the front for supporting.
Oh, yeah. So it was part of it. Okay.
Yes. And this is the biggest we have is,
It weighed how much?
actually why it's filled down, we have 2 meanings.
Okay.
According to legend and according archaeological. According to legend, it's filled down by Queen Judith.
By what?
Queen Judith, she's from Falasha.
Okay.
Even the first church was being built here by the time of 4th century AD. It's destroyed and burned by Queen Judith.
Okay.
That's why according to that, they should just fill down. But when we are looking according to archaeologically, this is the only obelisk we have, the biggest and the heaviest in the world. And this is 33 meters high. And plus this is 520 tons. So you can imagine here, 520 tons. It's impossible to stand with a 2 meter steep. So that was the problem of the foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if they were supposed to do like 8 to 10 meters, maybe it can be balanced.
Okay.
But with 2 meters steep and 520 tons, it's impossible to stand.
Okay.
That's why it's filled down. And then finally they were starting to make other obelisks. You can see the one over there, they start shaved on the top.
Yeah.
And finally, completely Christianity is arriving. So the rest king that they were been waiting for their turn to build other obelisks.
Christians.
Yeah, and then it's already Christianity is arriving, so they don't want to make any more obelisks. So they just move to build their own palaces, monasteries, and churches.
Okay.
So in every obelisk, here there is 12 windows, and underneath we have 12 rooms.
Okay.
And on all these 12 rooms, we call it the Temple of Mausoleum.
The temple of?
Tomb,
Oh, the temp.
yeah, tomb, grave.
Oh, okay. Oh, tomb. Okay.
Yeah, the Tomb of Mausoleum.
Of Muslim.
Yeah, not Muslim, Mausoleum.
Oh, Muslim.
Yeah. And inside, there are some rooms which is open, and then they just excavated by the archaeologists.
Okay.
And they just put them in the National Museum, and that is the, like some bones and some bottles and glasses they were using to drink, like for wine, ivory and teeth of elephants. And all this, they just put them in the National Museum. So first we have to go down underneath to see what it looks the rooms, and then after we will move to the National Museum.